Once again, it's the international purveyor of pandemic punchlines, Tyson James the Road.
So, I was born in the United States to Canadian parents, which makes me a dual citizen. And I can tell you, having lived on both sides, that people are just people. And most of the stereotypes about Canadians or Americans are exaggerated. Now, I lived for 35 years down there, and only the last 10 up here in Canada. But my parents were also both therapists, so I feel that makes them extra Canadian, if you know what I mean. So it balances out. And I think I've done a pretty good job learning the customs and traditions of my new culture, while keeping my finger on the pulse of the country I grew up in. But this time of year, I feel sort of conflicted, especially this year. On the one hand, I wanted to celebrate Canada Day with my fellow Canadians by going down to the cottage and guzzling a 2-4 of milk bags, and then going to an old-fashioned illegal beaver wrestling contest. But the American part of me wanted to celebrate Independence Day like we used to. I'd call it my old buddy Nug Bones. We used to call him Gary, but now he identifies as Juggalo. And we'd head on down to the nearest maskless backyard barbecue party so we could chow down on hella wings and ribs and light stuff on fire and get faded on fentanyl and Faygo. Because the American in me misses what true freedom feels like. The freedom of gun ownership, of course, but also the freedom from socialized healthcare. Who wants to fill out all that paperwork? On the other hand, the Canadian side sure enjoyed that trip to Cuba a few years ago. You can't do that as an American. Sure, but the American side would like to remind the Canadian side that right now you can barely leave your house because the tyrannical Canadian government officials are so pandemically correct and Canadians are so compliant. And then the Canadian side would politely inform the predictably ignorant international pariah side that actually things are going pretty well up here compared to the full-on social meltdown and mass death where you used to live. And we're even allowed to visit the European Union now, which you wouldn't be allowed into anytime soon. Then the freedom-loving side would say, you double drinking, giant tiger shopping, bus line standing socialist. You're just jealous because you don't live in the greatest country on earth anymore. But then the mentally stable and socially responsible part of me would ask, greatest country? Based on what? Why do you always say that? Well, we have the most freedom. And money. That's just geography, genocide, and exploitation, asshole. Oh yeah? Well, what's with all the cutesy Canadian nicknames for everything? Like, why is a restaurant a resto? Why is the train the transpo? No one's going to take you seriously when you talk about your hydro bill. It's a water bill, all right? Tell me this. Why do you people all act like you think you're going to win the lottery tomorrow? You people? You really are a Canadian. Individuality and optimism are what makes Americans American. The only thing that makes Americans different is this denial energy and your tendency to shoot each other. You commie, snowflake, Caesar swilling son of a bitch. Are you questioning my right to keep and bear arms? You remember what we do with gun haters, don't you? No, please, Here. Yeah. Whoa, not bad. You've been learning Taekwondo or something? Aikido, actually, down at the community center. The government subsidizes it. Not bad. Sorry, I got a little worked up. You know how we are. Well, happy Canada Day, wuss. Happy 4th of July, you fucking maniac. And from both of us, happy moving day, you dumbass Quebec bastards.
I'm afraid of a man, and I'm afraid of the world, and I'm afraid of